Start in about 15 seconds here. It's you? It's you today?
Should I get a call from Senator? Yeah, I referred him to you.
Yeah, well, they didn't end up talking.
7 words.
She didn't end up coming to see me. Everyone, welcome to the January meeting of the Grand Traverse County Public Safety Committee. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of December 1st.
So moved?
Support.
Motion by Hooper, second by Stepka. Further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. This is the first opportunity this morning for public comment. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to make public comment at this time? Seeing none, we'll move on to our agenda item. The first item is the Grand Traverse Sheriff's Office with the issue of tasers. Must be a popular discussion. TV 7 and 4 called me yesterday.
That's twice and it's early. Did you talk to him?
Sheriff Nate Ells, Grand Traverse
She
Sheriff's
ended up
Office.
coming to see me.
Pardon me?
Good morning, Nate.
Good morning. The Sheriff's Office presently has our sergeants carrying tasers on the road and in the jail. And we would like to purchase tasers for every law enforcement officer patrolling the streets in the county, as well as provide some tasers to specific officers in the court or in the jail, specifically for the court purposes as well as transport purposes. These tasers initially were purchased for sergeants only at the request of MMRMA. They believed 4 years ago that the officer that had a taser should have some line or authority above just a line officer, so we did make that our sergeants only. That opinion has changed, and I believe that letter that I've provided to you indicates that and the reasons why. So we would like to purchase the tasers using the ICE forfeiture funds, ICE IRS forfeiture funds, in the amount of about $58,000. Each taser is $814.95. That includes a 1-year warranty and the holster. Additionally, we're going to have to purchase 2 duty cartridges. There's a cartridge that goes on the end of the taser that actually deploys the 2 barbs from the taser upon pulling the trigger. The officers carry 2 of those at a time. The officers also have to use 2 training cartridges at least in their first training experience with the taser. So that gets to be pretty costly, but the total price, I believe I indicated, was $57,958. And we would like to use ICE IRS forfeiture funds for that purpose.
Do I have a motion?
I would move that we approve the purchase of the taser guns for the Sheriff's Department in the amount of $57,958.30.
And I think, excuse me,
A second.
support.
Okay.
And
Motion
also
by-
authorize them to submit the grant to MMRMA as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, include that in the motion.
Okay.
And to use that grant to reimburse ICE? Isn't that-
Well, no, it actually will supplement the ICE money, correct, Nate?
Well, it was our intention that if the MMRMA did wrap the grant, that we would actually be able to take whatever amount they wrapped and put that back into the forfeiture fund to replace that money.
Okay, you're going to do it, you buy them now and
Yes.
then put it back, okay.
That is correct. Yeah, the wrap grant is a post-purchase grant.
Oh, okay.
The other possibility would be to hold that money to buy replacement cartridges, because I think there's an ongoing in-service requirement for that weapon, right?
Annually, yes.
So, we know that because of the cost of the cartridges, that money is going to be needed annually to recertify everyone for it. So, however the Sheriff's Office wishes to use that, I think the information before us certainly points out that at least our risk management insurance company has determined that the use of tasers has eliminated the possibilities of lawsuits against police departments extensively, or not eliminated, but certainly reduced them.
It's reduced, yes.
And, we're all aware of what that costs us, so.
Nate, do you have any idea what the ongoing training expense will be for the
Yes.
annual, so that we can think
Yes.
about it for budget?
It's an 8-hour training day per officer, so you're going to have wages and fringes associated with that, and you're also going to have the deployment of 2 cartridges per officer, which is $23.95 per training cartridge. The cartridges are expensive, so multiply 68 officers times 2 cartridges times $23.95.
Will you work that training into the schedule, or will that be overtime training?
No, that'll be
Scheduled.
scheduled training for the most part. In the jail, of course, you have that issue with, due to the limited number of staff, we can't generally train officers while they're on duty. So we normally have to backfill them. But we have that training fund through the Michigan Sheriff's Training to use that.
Further questions? Larry?
For the viewing public, I found this very interesting from MMRA, our insurance carrier. In mid-2003, they started keeping track, but in 2003, they spent $7,068,232 defending excessive use of force incidents by law enforcement personnel throughout the state. In 2008, that same fund dropped to $366,600, which is, as you can see, a very significant savings.
Any further discussion, questions for
I
Nate?
have one more, just so we kind of understand this. Now, Nate, with the corrections officers, will they each own their own, or will they each have possession of their own taser, or will they be by shifts and they'll just switch them off as new people come on shift?
In essence, yes, they will do just that. They won't be carrying them in the jail proper. The sergeants will be carrying the taser in the jail proper, and the corrections officers that are assigned to courts and to transports will be assigned tasers at that time. So if they come and they draw that assignment, they can check the taser out and go to court or go to the transport.
So we won't be buying one for every employee. We're only buying what we need, and they're not going to be carrying them in the jail themselves.
Not the corrections officers,
the
but the
corrections
sergeants will be,
officers.
yes.
Thank you.
And they are an effective deterrent in the jail, even more so, and used more often in the jail than they are on the road patrol.
Okay, any further comments, questions? We have a motion by Fleece, supported by Steffi. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion
Thank you
carried.
very much.
Great,
Thank you,
a
Nate.
great program.
Okay, this brings us to the second opportunity for public comment. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to make public comment at this time?
I will in 1 second, as soon as I get...
I believe, okay, you're bringing the HR director.
She's on her way.
Very good.
She's on her way? He's on her way.
Here she is. Come on over. I want to take the opportunity to introduce our new HR director. This is...
The mic doesn't work when you're standing over there.
Speak so loud. Come on, Jen, sit down.
Whoa. Thought I was done with being
Have
in
the hot seat. Have the hot seat. I've got the button right here under
You
the
just,
desk, too.
this is our new HR director, Jennifer Seaman. Jennifer comes from the Accident Fund of Michigan, which is kind of a subsidiary of Blue Cross Blue Shield. She has 7 years' experience there. She was a business partner in her last position, I believe. And in HR, of course. And she has a bachelor's and a master's degree in human resources and industrial relations
Human Resources and Labor and Industrial Relations.
from Michigan State. I told her we wouldn't hold that against her, but she's really well qualified. For those of you who may not remember, we went through a process where we had department heads who volunteered to help me interview potential candidates for this position, as we've done with other management positions. Nate Alger sat on that committee with us. It also included Dawn Rogers from Friend of the Court to represent the courts. It included Dean Bott, Don Sheehan from our IT department, and of course HR was involved as well. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Al Schneider too. And we interviewed many candidates, as you know, and Jen rose to the top of that group, and I think her experience and her enthusiasm will be a great asset to Grand Traverse County. We're excited about having her here, and we're looking forward to a long relationship together, huh?
Yep.
So I just wanted to introduce you to all of our commissioners, and we're going to introduce her to the rest of them tomorrow. This is she knows this is the Public Safety Committee, soon to be changed to Public Health and Safety next month. But I wanted to introduce you to Jen, and if you get a chance, stop in and see her. We're going to have a little welcoming for department heads that you're invited to on Friday morning at 9 o'clock here in this room. It'll just be coffee, and we're just going to introduce her to the department heads. Jen has said she wants to meet with every department head, of course, to get an idea of what their needs are, and so we're really glad to get off to that start. We spent about an hour together yesterday, and she was here actually last week when I was on vacation, kind of getting her feet wet, and met a lot of people last week. So with that, did you want to say anything?
Happy to be here and getting used to the first winter up north, so that's always,
Where did you come from?
well, originally from Royal Oak, Michigan, but most recently was in the Lansing area. So getting used to the area and enjoying all it has to offer. Went skiing this weekend, and it was pretty cold. But so happy to be here.
We're going to do our first labor negotiations
There's one today.
today.
Well, on behalf of the county board, welcome, Jen. We've been a long time without an HR director, which I'm sure you understand has put a lot of pressure on Dennis, and sometimes we question whether or not he thinks he can clone himself or something because we can't possibly get everything done we're supposed to do, and
The poor guy's wasting away.
we're very grateful to have you here, so.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, Dennis.
Welcome. Right.
Is there any unfinished business to come before this committee? No. Any other business? Bill, I see you come in late. Do you have anything you wanted to do, or Pat? Okay, Jason. All right, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Hooper, second by Stepka, all gone.
All right.
Setting the record.
Well,